Hi, welcome to Yoga with Liz. Grab your mat nearby if you have one. If you don't have a mat, you can grab a rug, you can grab a towel, just make sure that it's in place and on a firm surface. If you want to grab a pillow, I've got one that I'm sitting on right here to lift my hips up a little higher. You can have it to use instead of a block. Grab a blanket. If you need water or a cloth nearby, feel free to grab that as well. This is going to be a very general yoga flow for all levels, so if you're a beginner and this is your first time, you can do it great. If you're an advanced person, this may be a good one to kind of relax and slow you down just a little bit, get some nice deep stretching in. So do what you can, listen to your body, take breaks as you need them, and have fun with it, guys. So go ahead and start seated. Legs are crossed if this is uncomfortable. Legs can be extended, or you can boost those hips up a little bit, taking some of that pressure off that lower back by placing a pillow underneath the hips. So go ahead and sit nice and tall. Pull that navel in. Close the eyes, relax the shoulders. Spine is long and tall. Let those hands rest on those kneecaps. Soft elbows. Shoulders pulled down and away from the ears. And just take a moment here to ground the mind and body, to let those hips sink deeper into our mat, and to ground our thoughts, to begin to focus on our practice, and to focus on here and now. Just taking nice, slow inhales and exhales, in through the nose and out through the nose. Listening to the body and listening to our mind as we flow through our practice this evening. Letting those eyelids softly meet. Eyes falling back into their sockets. Tongue falls to the back of the throat. Being aware of where you are here and now. Begin to take a few moments to release your thoughts, to let go of anything negative you're holding in, to let go of those thoughts from the past, and to let go of those thoughts of the future, but to allow ourselves to focus here and now, in this present time and moment, deciding what we need and want from our practice this evening, and why we decided to come to our mat. Letting go of all the distractions around us, anything that was going on before we came to our practice today, and anything we have going later on in the day or evening. Really allowing both our mind and our body to be here and now, to focus on this time for ourselves, to let go of those negative thoughts, to let go of that tension and stress we're holding in our body, to let go of judgment and of competition, and to enjoy the moment. As you begin to let go, maybe notice those shoulders relaxing a little bit more. Maybe notice that navel pulls tighter to that spine to support that lower back. Maybe the hips and the knees relax, the grip on the knees relaxes with the fingers. You become more in tune and aware of what your mind and body is capable of, and what it also wants and needs from the practice today. Start to take a quick scan of the body, tuning in, being aware of any spaces or places throughout the body that need extra attention today. Or maybe as we move, you'll begin to notice places throughout the body And make sure to make appropriate adjustments or modifications as we flow. Remember, this is your time and your practice. Don't worry about what else is going on around you, the distractions. If you're doing this class with someone, don't worry about what they're doing or thinking about. Just focus solely on you and this time you've chosen to set aside. Be aware and be here and now. Once the mind has been emptied and the body is still and relaxed, we begin to bring awareness and attention to our breath, focusing on that inhale as it enters the body and exhaling as it leaves the body. Taking nice, deep, controlled breaths. Go ahead and inhale through the nose. Exhale out through the nose. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Good. Moving at your own pace now. Inhaling. You can use a 3-part breath here. Inhaling through the belly, into the lungs, and into the chest. Holding that breath at the top for 1 count. Before exhaling slowly, feeling that chest drop. Squeezing that toxic air that's been sitting at the bottom of your lungs all day, especially if you've been sitting or working at a desk. Letting that all go. And then letting that remaining air from the belly be pressed out as that navel pulls back into that spine once again. Really feel that breath move through the body, allowing the breath to renew and refresh you. Think of it as a cleansing tool. Those nice deep inhales and exhales. Take 3 or 4 more controlled breaths at your own pace. Really tune into the breath and listen to the breath as it moves through the body. And when you're ready, after your nice controlled breaths, you want to make sure you keep those nice deep inhales and exhales as we continue to move through our practice. But start to slowly wake the body up and bring awareness to the body into the room. You can keep the eyes closed if you'd like, or you can start to slowly open them as you wiggle your fingers and toes, bringing that full awareness back to where you are in this present moment. Sitting nice and tall through that spine. Go ahead and inhale. Bring those arms all the way up. Exhale, release the breath. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, let it go. Good. One more. Inhale, reach it up. Reaching those fingers towards the sky. This time, exhale forward. Come to your hands or your forearms. And let that head hang heavy as you lean forward. Keep those sit bones on that bolster on the mat. Don't let them come too far up off the floor. Let those shoulders relax. Let that head hang heavy. You can release the tension in the neck by shaking the head in a yes motion. And then start to shake the head out no. Start to slowly roll up through the inhale. Let the arms reach through that inhale. Big arm circles behind you, nice and slow. Inhaling up. Exhale as you release. Release that tension in the shoulders. Good. Listen to your breath here. If you need to close those eyes to focus on that breath and the movement of the body, feel free to do so. Let's do 2 more. And when you're ready, go ahead and switch directions. Big arm circles moving to the front. You guys are doing great. Keep that breath moving. And go for 3 more. 2 more. Last one. Good. Let those hands meet the knees. Little shoulder rolls to the back and then roll the shoulders back and down. Sitting nice and tall. Pull that navel in. Go ahead and drop that right ear to right shoulder. Shoulders are relaxed, pulled away from the ears. You can add resistance, reaching for that side of that head, gently pulling ear to shoulder, or dropping the left fingertips to the floor. You can feel free to mirror with me or go in the same direction as I am, whatever's comfortable and less confusing. And then gently turn that head to face the right knee. Good. Feel that nice stretch here in that opposite part of your neck. Roll right ear back to right shoulder. Inhale, find center, release the hands. Good. Roll those shoulders back. Hand to the front. And then roll them back and down. Sit nice and tall. When you're ready, drop left ear to left shoulder here. Pull shoulders down and away. Add resistance if you'd like, reaching for the opposite side of the head and dropping those right fingertips this time if it's comfortable. You don't want to strain the neck, but you want to get that nice stretch in it, so try to pull that shoulder down and away from the ear. Gently turn the left to face the left knee. Get a little bit of a different stretch there in the neck. And release left ear back to left shoulder. Release the arms and let that chin fall to the chest here. Still sitting nice and tall through that spine, grounding those sit bones. Feel that nice stretch here in the top of the spine, moving up through into our neck. Adding resistance here as well if you'd like, reaching gently behind that head, pulling the chin closer. And keeping the chin tucked towards the chest, release the hands back to the knees. Begin to inhale, right ear to right shoulder. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, left ear to left shoulder. Exhale, chin to chest. Continue to flow at your own pace. Really release that tension here in your neck, your shoulders. Allow yourself to let go and enjoy those nice deep stretches. Breathing as you move. Make sure you're not holding your breath at any time throughout the practice. Good. Flow twice more in each direction. And let the chin find its way back to the chest. Slowly roll up through center to a neutral position. Turn to look over that right shoulder behind us. And back to center. And turn to look over our left. And back to center. Good. Take a nice deep inhale, reach it up. Warming up that spine now. Exhale, twist, bring left hand to right knee. Bring that right hand behind us. Spine may still be a little cold, so you don't have to go into an extreme twist here. And then let's take that head, gently turning it over that opposite shoulder, looking towards the opposite knee. So engaging that core here, that spine, and also stretching the neck out. Good. Look back over that shoulder. Inhale, bring the arms center, reach nice and tall. Exhale, switch sides. Look back over the shoulder. On the next exhale, look over that opposite shoulder towards the opposite knee. And release, looking back. Good. Inhale, find center. Exhale, release. Bring those wrists in front of us and begin to roll them out. Rolling them in one direction And the opposite direction. Feel those pops and crackles as they move. Good, and spread those fingers wide. Touch those fingers to the thumb in each direction, maybe a couple times in each direction. Good, really stretch those wrists and forearms out. Good, shake it out here. If you're sitting on a bolster like I am, go ahead and move that off to the side. Bring those legs in front of us for staff pose. Shake the legs out a little bit, bring that blood flow back since the knees have been bent. And when you're ready, inhale, bring those arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Now here, if you want to use a strap, feel free to do so. If you want to grab a t-shirt or a towel, you can use that and wrap it around the bottom of your feet to help pull you a little closer and get that nice deep stretch. So use what you've got. You don't have to be a yoga master to do yoga. It's for everyone. Good, and slowly find our way up to a nice, comfortable butterfly pose. If this is uncomfortable, the legs can come out a little bit, or they can stay close to the body. Still sitting nice and tall through that spine, grounding those sit bones. Let those knees flutter, allowing our hips to open. Good, and breathing if we've lost that concentration of our breath. And let the knees fall, and just ever so gently hinging forward if it's comfortable. We're just staying here at center. That's perfectly fine if we feel a stretch there. We don't want to go too deep into our butterfly because we haven't warmed up the body completely unless you warmed up before you did this yoga class. So be mindful of that. If you feel comfortable, if you have warmed up, feel free to go farther forward. But if not, make sure you're just kind of gently leaning into it. Good, and coming up, let those knees meet one another and start to find our way to all fours. And then sit back into a child's pose. Extend the arms in front of us. Let our forehead rest on the mat. Let our hips press back towards our heels. Knees can always come wider to a wide child's pose, allowing our hips to sit back a little deeper. At any time as we move throughout the practice this evening, feel free to use child's pose for a modification, to refocus your breath, or simply to just take a moment of rest if you need to be still and quiet at any time during the practice. On that next inhale, we're going to lift up, coming to all fours. I'm going to turn so you guys can see me. And we're going to move into cat and cow poses. So inhale, let that belly drop towards your mat. Exhale, round and arch the back towards the sky. Inhale, let the belly meet the mat. Exhale, round and arch. Continue to flow at your own pace here. Opening up the core, opening up that spine. Allowing the body to stretch and release that tension. Moving with your breath, as always, connecting the breath to the movement. And flowing for 3 more. And 2. And last one. Good, find that child's pose. Nice deep breaths here, inhales and exhales. On that next inhale, rising when you're ready, moving into a spinal balance. So I'll turn once again so you can see me a little better. So we're going to take that right leg out behind us, nice and straight. Don't let that hip curl up or drop too much. You want to keep it nice and parallel to the floor. If you're comfortable, take that opposite hand in front, reaching and pulling in opposite directions. Good. Holding here, engaging those core muscles, bringing knee to elbow. Coming in for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Reach it all the way out, lengthen that spine, and release. Good. Switching sides now. Take that left leg out behind us. Good. When you're ready, take that right arm in front if it's comfortable. Reach and pull. Really lengthen that spine here. Pull that navel in, hip and leg are parallel to the mat. Good. Make sure you're not holding your breath. Continue to hold here or bring knee to elbow for 10. Engaging that core. 9, 8. Feel free to move at your own pace. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Reach it out. Really lengthen that spine. Find all fours and find child's pose. Nice deep inhales and exhales. In through the nose and out through the nose. Now that we've started to warm the body up a little bit, we're going to warm it up a little bit more, starting with a modified sun salutation. So as you rise, slowly come forward to that kneeling plank. Lower yourself down, chaturanga. Press into a cobra and back into a child's pose. Flowing once more. Kneeling plank. Lower chaturanga. Finding cobra and child's pose. Good. You can continue to stay here with the modified version. Listening to your body, that's perfectly great. Or you can move into the full half series, coming into a full plank, lowering down, holding chaturanga, pressing to up dog, or dropping the tops of the legs for a cobra extended, and pressing back to downward facing dog. So start to flow here at your own pace. Just warming up the body, bringing some heat and warmth to those muscles, to those bones. Feel that breath becoming warm as well. Flowing at your own pace. As always, connecting the breath to the movement. You guys are doing great. And let's do 3 more at your own pace. Listen to your body. 2 more. And last one. As you finish, even if you're doing modified, go ahead and find that downward facing dog. Walk those heel presses out here, alternating side to side. Open the backs of those legs, really stretch it out. Good. Go ahead and walk those feet up between your hands and find a forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, release. Inhale, roll it all the way up. Inhale, bring those arms up. Adjust my camera a little bit. Good. So standing in mountain at the top of our mat, we're going to take a nice deep inhale here. Exhale, drop to that right side. Reach over with our left. Inhale, find center. Exhale, switch sides. Good. Coming forward. Exhale, swan dive it down. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, release. Take that right foot, stepping it back, left foot forward, drop that back heel. Inhale, let the arms rise, find warrior one. Press into that front leg, guide those hips to face the front. If this is too much, you can always drop down to a kneeling warrior. Feel free to modify. Arms are extended or can come to prayer if the arms are tired. Open, finding our warrior two pose. Pressing into that front leg, but making sure that knee isn't going over that big toe. Let that front palm face the sky, reach back, finding reverse warrior, pressing into that front leg still. On the next exhale, flow to that side angle, stop at that thigh, take that right arm overhead. Holding here, pressing into that leg. And finding our way back to reverse warrior. And finding side angle once again, stopping at that thigh, or this time that hand can reach down to the mat to meet our foot. You can also place a bolster or a block here as well to place your hand on, whatever feels comfortable for you. Inhale, rise to find warrior two. Straightening that front leg, shift those hips forward, find a triangle pose. Right arm reaches to the sky. Stack those shoulders, hips are in line with one another. Inhale, rise, find warrior two. And shift to the front to find warrior one. Exhale, surround that front foot, take those back toes, turn them, and bring that right leg up. Enough to where both heels are comfortably flat on the mat. All 10 toes facing forward to find pyramid. Hands can rest on the mat, above the knee, that front knee, or on blocks or any kind of bolsters if you want to stack them or if you have them. You want to create that nice flat back, hinging forward, get that nice stretch in the back of your legs. When you're finished, take that front foot, send it all the way back for three-legged dog. Exhale, lower, let it meet the mat. Hold downward facing dog, or flow through three sun salutations of your choice. They can be modified or the full out. When you finish, hold that downward facing dog. Or if you're still there holding, go ahead and keep holding it. Walk out those heel presses. And then when you're ready, take that right leg up to the sky. And take that foot forward between those hands. Drop that back heel. Find warrior one on the opposite side. Hips facing the front, guide them with your fist if you need to. Make sure that knee's not going over that big toe. Adjusting if you need to. And open up, find warrior two, press into that front knee. Shoulders are strong. Good. Arms are strong, shoulders are soft. If those shoulders are pulled up, let them drop a little bit, parallel to the floor. Front palm faces up to reach the sky, reach back, find that reverse warrior. Still pressing into that front leg. Exhale, find side angle. Take that top arm overhead, stopping at that thigh. On the next inhale, find reverse warrior once again. Reaching back. Exhale, find that side angle once again, arm overhead. Staying here, taking that right hand to meet that foot. Left arm can extend to the sky. Stack those shoulders as you open the chest. Breathing here as you hold the pose, making sure you're not holding the breath. Inhale, rise, find warrior two. Straighten that front leg, shift those hips. Find triangle pose. Inhale up, exhale, warrior two. And shift to the front, find warrior one. Exhale, surround that front foot, turn those back toes, bring that back leg up just slightly to meet in pyramid pose, all 10 toes facing forward, foot, heel, flat on the mat. Holding here, reaching for the mat or for blocks or resting that hand above that top knee on that thigh. Make sure you don't rest it directly on that knee. Breathing here. Good, and then taking that right leg all the way back for three-legged dog. Dropping it down for downward facing dog. Walk it out. Walk those feet up between our hands. Reach forward fold. Inhale, coming up halfway. Exhale, release. Soft bend in the knees. Roll up like a rag doll. Head is the last to come up. Good. Stand nice and tall. We're going to move into a balance sequence now. So if you need to grab onto a wall, if you want to grab a chair nearby to hold on to, feel free to do so. We're going to come into tree pose. Very simple balance pose. We're going to do it on each side. So bring that weight into your right foot first. Make a little kickstand with your left. Toes can be on the mat. They can stay here. That's perfectly fine. Hands can be at heart center. If you want to bring that foot to your ankle, to your calf, up to your thigh, feel free to do so. Just don't place it anywhere directly on that knee joint. Find a nice focal point on the floor or the wall. Engage that core. Use that core to stabilize you here. That's your controller. Ground the foot and the toes like roots of a tree. And then choose to keep the arms at prayer, heart center, or expand and let them grow, let them blossom like a tree. Alternate. You can let them sway in the wind. I've got my window open, so it feels like I'm already swaying in the wind without the need of the arms. Good. Nice and controlled. Find that balance. Good. Let those hands meet back at heart center. And release. Good. Shake it out. Switching sides when we're ready. Bring that weight into that left foot. Make a little kickstand with your right. Staying here once again. Foot can stay on the mat. You can bring it to the ankle, the calf. You can bring it up to that thigh. Make sure, forgot to mention that, make sure that knee is open and then that hip is facing forward. You don't want that knee to be facing forward. You want to make sure that hip is nice and open. Bring those hands back to heart center. Breathe, ground that foot, that standing leg. Stabilize that core, pull that navel in. Good, find that focal point. Staying here, letting those branches grow and let them blossom. Let those branches sway in the wind. Good. Use that core to balance you. Use that strength you have in your core that's there. Good. Let those hands meet at the top and release heart center. Release that foot. Good. Shake it out. Inhale to the top of your mat. Reach the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, release. Back to the mat. Walk it back to downward facing dog. Find all fours. Flow through a few cat and cow poses. Inhale, let the belly drop. Exhale, round the back. And find your child's pose. I don't want to be at my camera. Good. Slowly come up to all fours and then find your way onto your sit bones. Take those legs in front of you for staff. And begin to shake those legs out. Inhale, scoop those arms up. Exhale, find forward fold. As you inhale, roll it up. Bring the soles of the feet together for butterfly. Sit nice and tall. Notice the difference in those hips now than they were in the beginning of our practice. Good. Let those hips release and fall. You can always place blocks or pillows underneath here if you need to lift those legs. Release that tension in your hips a little bit. Starting with those hands behind us first. Bring those fingertips away from the body. Squeeze the shoulder blade open, the chest and heart towards the sky. And let the chin fall towards the chest. And continue to hold here. Make your way back through to center, holding at a neutral spine. Or go ahead and hinge forward. You can place a block here to rest your head on if you'd like, or a pillow. You can place your hands or forearms down if you need stability. Try to gently press those knees as close to the mat as you can, or place those bolsters and pillows underneath to lift and release the tension in the hips. Good. Slowly back to center. Open to a small triangle pose. Good. Take that left arm up through the inhale. Exhale, reach to that right side. Inhale back to center. Switch sides. Take that right arm up. And back to center. And walk those hands through center, stopping at those hands. Those forearms are coming as down as far as you'd like. You can place a block here, you can place a pillow here, whatever feels comfortable for you. Feel that nice stretch in that inner thigh right there. Good. Slowly walk it back up. Grab the outsides of those legs. Gently bring them in. Walk them in nice and slow. Good. Grab one knee or both and begin to find your way down onto your back. Hug both knees into your chest, rocking side to side. Massage that back. You can also choose to make little circles with the knees if you'd like. Rolling them in one direction and the opposite direction. Good. And let the soles of the feet meet the mat once again. Let the arms open into a T-pose. Good. Let the lower back press into our mat. And let the knees rock side to side here. Release that tension in the hips, in the lower back. Good. On the next exhale, let those knees fall in one direction. They can fall as they are, or you can adjust the hips and knees to stack one on top of the other. Let the arms extend, turn the head in the opposite direction. So that nice twist through that spine, through that core. That twist is engaging that digestive system and that immune system by wringing those internal organs out, like you would take a t-shirt when it's wet and really twist it and wring it out. That's what we're doing to those organs right now. We're releasing those toxins through them as we twist. So take a couple deep inhales and exhales here. Good. And then go ahead and rock side to side once again with those knees. Alternating side to side. And then when you're ready, switch directions. Arms stay extended, head turns in the opposite direction. Really wring those internal organs. Feel that release in the lower back, that twist through your spine, pressing those shoulder blades into your mat, opening the chest and heart towards the sky. Embracing the twist and moment your body is enduring right now. Good. Take a few more breaths. And then come back to center. Soles of the feet flat on the mat, rocking side to side. Or go ahead and hug those knees back into that chest, rocking side to side. And when you're ready, go ahead and extend the body out. Reach, full body stretch. Take those arms overhead, toes pointed, fingers pulling in the opposite direction. Listening to that body, pulling that spine. Good. At the end of my practice, I always like to take 3 deep cleansing breaths. So we inhale through the nose and exhale out through the mouth. So go ahead and inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good. One more inhale. Exhale. Good. Arms can fall where they're comfortable. They can stay above the head. They can come out to the side, down by your hips. Wherever they land this evening, let the palms face the sky. Maybe wiggle the fingers and the toes, releasing any last minute negative energy, tension, or stress you're still holding in the body. Really allowing yourself to let go. Let the shoulder blades press into the mat, but pull those shoulders away from the ears. Create that space between the chin and the chest. Heart and chest are open towards the sky. Navel is gently and just barely pulled into that spine, supporting that lower back. Hips begin to relax as they open. Knees and feet may roll to the sides. Legs may spread beyond the borders of the mat. There's a couple poses you can hold here. You can just stay in corpse pose. You can bring the soles of the feet together for a soft butterfly. You can bring the soles of the feet to the mat to release that tension in the lower back. You can take a pillow or some kind of bolster underneath your knees. That'll also take that pressure off the lower back. Just listen to your body, whatever feels comfortable for you as we come into final relaxation in this Shavasana. Let the eyes close and meet. Let the eyelids meet if they haven't already. Eyes falling back into your sockets. Tongue falling to the back of your throat. Feel the space between the fingers and the toes as they soften and become still. Let the mind be cleared of any cares or worries. The body has been released of its toxins, of its tension and stress. We begin to let the body, as we let go, melt deeper into the mat. Feeling that ground and mat beneath us, beginning to hold us up. Allowing ourselves to just completely let go. To enjoy this time here and now for ourselves. Imagine that we're lying on a beach, right on the shoreline where the water and the land meet. We feel that warmth of the sand on our skin. But we also allow our body to sink into the sand and the ground as it holds us up and supports us. And then we feel the water gently running over our legs and our limbs. It runs over our body, cleansing us, purifying us, relaxing us. And then as it washes away, it takes our cares and worries away. We begin to visualize the water running over each of our limbs, thinking of that water as a cleanser. Think of it as purifying our mind and body, taking our distractions, our negative thoughts, anything we've been holding inside and letting it go back out to the sea, letting it be washed away from the body, from the mind. Enjoying these last few moments of stillness, rest, and relaxation. Allowing yourself to embrace this time and moment where the body is still and stopped, where the mind is not moving 1,000 seconds a minute, and the body is calm and still and is able to relax. Keeping the eyes closed, but slowly starting to bring awareness to the body and to the room. Begin to gently wiggle your fingers and your toes. Staying flat on your back, enjoying these last few moments. Go ahead and take those arms overhead, reach those fingertips and toes in opposite directions as if you're just waking up in the morning. Reaching and pulling the spine in opposite directions. And then for these last few moments of our Shavasana, our final relaxation, you can continue to stay here on your back. You can roll off to one side, hugging those knees in a womb pose. You can bring the knees to the chest and rock side to side. Whatever feels comfortable for you, enjoying these last few moments. I always like to read a piece of scripture at the end of my practice. So today our scripture comes from Matthew 5:9. It says, "And blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the sons of God." On the next inhale, when you're ready, taking as much time as you need, begin to slowly find your way up to a nice seated position with crossed legs or extended legs and staff. Whatever feels comfortable for you. Take as much time as you need getting up. And when you're ready on that next inhale, take those arms up and overhead. Let those palms meet at the top. Exhale, bring thumbs to heart center. I thank you all for practicing with me today. Thanks for coming to Yoga with Liz. I hope to see you next time.